My middle sister, Diane, was born blind. That was a real, a big influence in the way that I grew up. So she taught me that I had no limitations. My first home was in Palama, and we lived with my father's mother and some other members of his family. I'm the youngest of three girls. My middle sister, Diane, was born blind. And so that was a real, a big influence in the way that I grew up. Because I think anybody who has a disabled family member, there's a different dynamic. So a lot of the focus was on her. I roomed with her, and I was her reader. Because back then, not every book was in Braille.
Yeah.
So I ended up being a reader for her and studying with her lessons. She was 4 years older than I. And so when she had to read Mark Twain, I read Mark Twain. When she wanted to learn French, I learned French. So basically, I was reading at a high school level when I was in grade school.
Oh, wow.
And I have her to thank for it. And it really taught me that kids don't have any limits. You know, you just throw stuff and they absorb it.
What was that responsibility like for you? Because I can see a young person be like, why do I gotta do this for you? Like, let me live my life.
I sort of felt that every family had some kind of issue that they had to deal with. And I never thought of it as a burden because, you know, we loved each other.
Yeah.
And also she exposed so much of the world to me. She went to Diamond Head School for grade school. So she had a different kind of upbringing. The rest of us went to public school, and she was taught that there are no limitations. So she taught me that I had no limitations. When she fell in love with opera, I had to go to opera performances with her. So I fell in love with opera. She taught me the love of languages. So it was never a limitation for me. It was more of an expansion.
And how much older was your oldest sister?
She was 6 years older than I.
Oh, okay.
So I was a baby.
Did she have as much involvement with the two of you as you and your middle sister had?
Not as much, although she was always a very great presence in our life because my father came from a family of 10. My mother came from a family of 10.
Oh my gosh.
So they were constantly working, not only to support their own families, but their siblings' families. So my mother worked 2 jobs, which meant my older sister was the part-time mom. So she really had that role in the family. And she still does, actually. I mean, she's always taking care of us. So she had just as much an impact, but in a different way.
What was your experience of being part of 3 daughters?
Being the youngest, you know, my parents had it. It's like, go ahead, do whatever you want. You know, they were seasoned parents by that part. Plus, you know, a lot of the focus was on Diane and her future. And she had a brilliant future. She had 2 master's degrees from Ivy League schools.
Wow.
She was a computer programmer in New York City.
Holy smokes.
So
wow.
I think they relaxed after that. So anything I did was okay.